Two thugs who carried out a gangland firebombing of a house on the orders of a Dubai-based boss have been locked up for a total of 18 years. Richard Ordish, who's 19, and 42-year-old Kurtis Young were caught on camera committing the attack, which wrecked the semi-detached property in Edinburgh late on April the 4th, 2025. The pair then turned up at the home of Young's partner, reeking of petrol, before he apparently telephoned the United Arab Emirates to confirm the job had been done. But Ordish and Young were soon snared as suspects were swept up during the massive Operation Portalage probe into violence which erupted across central Scotland last year. The duo are now behind bars after they each attempted an attempted murder charge at the High Court in Glasgow today. And Judge Lord Arthurson imposed extended sentences on both men. The judge said this was a callous, concerted and tragic crime, with your faces masked, in the context of an escalating organised crime gang war in the hours of darkness in a residential street while your victim slept. This had a very real threat to kill and was the scope of the criminal plan, as you have accepted by your pleas of guilty to the attempted murder of two people. It was a wholly murderous one. You did all of this for money under instruction. It's difficult to express the contempt of the public for this despicable conduct, and high tariff sentences are required. Ordish was given a 7-year prison sentence and will be under supervision for 4 years upon his release, while Young will serve 11 years behind bars and will be under supervision for 4 years when he's released. Young was given the higher sentence due to him having a well-developed criminal history and the young person's sentencing guidelines applying to Ordish. The court previously heard that a small fire had initially been reported at the property a week before the attack. It was initially thought to be an accidental electrical blaze, but video footage emerged online that the fire was instead deliberate. This led to the householder, who can't be named for legal reasons, temporarily moving out. Ordish and Young then prepared themselves for the murder bid by buying 2 fuel cans from a garage. They then got a taxi to pick up a motorbike before travelling to the house. Around 1 a.m, residents became aware of noises in the street. Prosecutor Michael McIntosh then explained both Ordish and Young were present with faces masked. Ordish was on the bike while Young set fire by throwing an ignited item through a ground floor window. There was a bright flash of light as the fire ignited. The two men then made off on the motorbike. The court heard Ordish had seemingly filmed the attack. Mr McIntosh said this was later posted on the internet as part of a compilation of similar videos, all linked to the Tamil Junta account, which had been associated with promoting and celebrating the spate of fire racings and criminality related to Operation Portalage. A total of 5 fire engines arrived to put out the large blaze, which had spread to both floors and the roof, which ended up partially collapsed. Drone footage shown in court captured the extensive damage to the house. The court heard the property may have to be rebuilt at a cost of up to £300,000. There was a further £60,000 repair bill after the neighbouring semi-detached house was also affected. The thugs went to a house linked to Young's partner. Ordish was described as looking shocked and shaken. Mr McIntosh said Young's partner asked what had happened. He replied they had petrol bombed the house for a job. He then placed a call to someone in Dubai who he referred to as his boss. The person on the other end asked if he had done the job, and Young said yes. Young collected cash the next day, which he claimed was payment for what he had done. Ordish and Young were arrested weeks apart in April and May 2025. Young's phone was examined and there were texts to his mum, worried that he would be caught. Mr McIntosh said he makes reference to his involvement in organised crime, referring to himself as being wanted as the leader of an Edinburgh gang, and I am the one that is in contact with the guys in Dubai and Brazil. He also refers to receiving payment for his work from people abroad. Ordish's phone, meantime, revealed the pair had been in contact. A contact saved as ex had told Ordish to get in touch with Young the night before the fire. Ordish also messaged another associate, of course bro, any time when paper, which is slang for money, is involved. Forensic evidence was also incriminating. A glove left near the scene next to a beer bottle with traces of petrol had Young's DNA on it. Johnny Campbell, defending Ordish, told the sentencing he was approached by someone who offered a large financial incentive to become involved in the offence. The incentive, coupled with a significant degree of pressure applied on him, contributed to his willingness to engage in the offence. He agreed to drive a person to the house for the purposes of setting it on fire. It is clear his involvement doesn't just include the journey, as he was involved in the preparation of that offence and posted a video online with what happened after the event. Ewan Roy, defending Young, told the court that his client was involved in order to pay back a drug debt after picking up the habit after a marital breakdown and his plumbing business being affected by the pandemic. The lawyer added he was made aware the target house was supposed to be unoccupied, but he has properly reflected that this was a semi-detached and there were dangerous consequences for harm to the neighbours as well as the wider community. He accepts his actions amounted to wicked recklessness and is fully aware of the gravity of the offence.